Hey little mama, it's Mustafa and welcome to my YouTube channel. Lately, since quarantine, I've been watching a lot of shows that I used to love. So like Tabatha's Salon Takeover, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmare, Super Nanny, Wife Swap. We gotta talk about that someday because honey. And I was like, these are like good quality television. Like this was the pinnacle of TV. Like
saying show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
So we're gonna talk about Tabatha Takes Over. She took over a bed and breakfast, and let's just say the owner wasn't ready for bed and breakfast.
That doesn't make no sense.
Off the rip, we're introduced to Diane, the owner of Cinema Suites, which is the bed and breakfast that's like failing.
Diane Bennett converted her Hollywood home into a bed and breakfast 3 years ago so she could pay her mortgage.
Do we have arrival times on these guests?
Nope, I don't even know who they are.
But this former Hollywood columnist is still trying to relive the glory days with her celebrity friends.
I was the #1 music columnist ever.
So we get a little bit of background about Diane and how she got into the situation that she's in, because Diane is $700,000 in debt when it comes to the house that she's running her bed and breakfast out of. She's $30,000 in credit card debt. Yikes. So she like owes money. There's checks bouncing. Like, honey's just not living her best life.
Tell me where you are financially.
Credit card debt about $30,000.
Wow.
And I owe $733,000 on the house.
That's a lot of money.
I know.
So Diane and Tabatha are going through the hidden camera footage to get like the real scoop, the 411.
I actually had cameras in your bed and breakfast for a few weeks.
Oh my gosh.
A guest checks in, horrible check-in experience, like the worst I've ever seen. And then they're eating, so Diane has Marguerite, the housekeeper, cook for her and Nicole.
That's Marguerite, the housekeeper.
What's for lunch? I'm so hungry, Margarita.
And not the guests. Mind you, this is a bed and breakfast. Like, you're supposed to get a bed and breakfast. No. These people are just getting a bed, and not even that.
My suggestion would be that if you're a bed and breakfast, you serve them a breakfast.
But we have mangoes and watermelon and all this fresh fruit.
Maybe you should call it a bed and fruit then. Not a bed and breakfast.
So the guest comes downstairs and she's like, oh my god, this smells so good, like, can I have some? Diane is like, no, the guests only get breakfast. Go find some food. And I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, shocked. She really told the girl, no, you cannot eat this. Bitch, go get you some fucking food.
Oh, this looks great.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I try some?
Try some more.
Some food?
The guests usually only have breakfast.
Okay, good. I'll have to go find some food then.
Yeah.
They deserve a better quality of service.
So Tabitha's like, I've had enough, I'm taking over.
I've seen enough. Give me your keys. I'm taking over.
So Tabatha, you know, is taking, now Tabitha's like gonna take her the house tour. She's gonna get a tour of Cinema Suites, lead her to her room, she's gonna spend the night there too. And off the rip, it's just gross. So there's like paint chipping, mold in the bathtub.
I would like to get a tour of this place.
Okay.
I'm scared.
So many fruit flies because nobody takes out the fruit and you don't leave bad fruit around. I mean, that's just common sense.
What's back this way?
There's one bedroom there.
That is the guest
It is.
hair.
It is.
Well, is she blonde?
No. No.
And what the hell is this?
It needs to be painted.
These guest towels? They definitely look like they've seen better days, and they feel like it as well. Well, the only people that would think this is Hollywood are people from another planet.
And can I just say, if I go somewhere and I see mold in a bathtub, I'm checking out and I want my money back.
Deadass.
I'm not gonna take a shower where there's mold. What if it gets in my lungs? Hello? That's like cancerous. That's like a lawsuit waiting to happen. So Tabitha's like pissed. She's fuming, angry, livid. The bitch is mad. I'd be mad too. And she's like, it's $110. I would never spend $110 to stay here. And then Jake, the assistant, is like, me either, girl. I wouldn't spend $110 to stay here. You ain't getting near coin of mine.
I wouldn't pay $110 to stay at Cinema Suites. No way.
So Tabatha is absolutely like disgusted. She's disgusted. She's literally like sleeping in her high heels.
And I'm not walking on this carpet with my bare feet, so the heels are staying on. I'm not kidding. I'm going to bed with my heels on.
I mean, first of all, she's that bitch. Name a bitch who's gonna sleep in their high heels. She said, I don't get ready, honey, I stay ready. That's how you sleep rich, okay? Take notes. Take notes. Anywho, the next day, Tabatha holds a staff meeting to really find out what the problem is, and obviously we know it's Diane.
Diane is not in touch with the experience that the guests are having.
She's still trying to live out her glory days when she was, you know, this top news columnist writer for this like big newspaper not in New York, in LA. And she was, you know, partying with socialites and just really living her fantasy. She can't let that go, which is kind of sad. Like, I really feel for her. That's honestly what it is.
Diana, don't pay attention. Yes. She's not listening.
Diane can be extremely demanding, and it gets frustrating, and she's not pitching in to run the business.
Like, Diane's a bitch. She's not a bad bitch. She's just a bitch.
I don't see that.
And no one can stand her. Like, she won't even talk to her own guests. Like, she literally blatantly said that, like, she doesn't want to talk to the people who are paying money to stay at her establishment.
I don't know about all that.
Because she finds them uninteresting and boring. She'd rather party with the socialites. But it's like, babe, how can you find them boring if you're not going to talk to them? Make it make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but that's besides the point. Not for nothing, Diane, baby, you're a has-been. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a has-been.
I still feel like I'm a Hollywood mover and shaker, actually, and I'm not willing to cut back severely on my social life.
I mean, you can still get your zhuzh. Like, you can still get your zhuzh. But you need to prioritize and, like, focus on what's important, which is not getting your house repossessed. Can I repossess a house? Yeah, don't get your house repossessed. Like, come on now. You're $700,000 in house debt. Like, you got bigger things to worry about. So this is where it gets really interesting. So Tabatha takes the team to a successful bed and breakfast in the LA area to just get a feel of how, you know, one should be ran and, you know, the hospitality and, you know, just the vibe.
I want to welcome you to the Inn at Playa del Rey. Liz is the manager here. So Liz, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about how guests are treated from check-in to check-out?
The guests are what makes a bed and breakfast, and the customer service that we give them makes them repeat customers.
You really get to see that Diane doesn't really do much. She just likes to boss people around. She's very good at directing. You do this, you do that, you do that.
Here, can you muscle this open?
Yes.
Nicole, throw this on the pile. Marguerite, you do the pillows. Did you change the pillowcases?
My mom did a lot of barking of orders.
When it comes to, like, getting her hands dirty, she's not doing that. She's not about that life.
That's why I added a housekeeper. I don't clean. I hate it.
And that's okay. So Tabatha honestly reads Diane for filth.
You don't want to listen. You pretend you listen and it actually goes in one ear and out the other. All you do is stand there and go, and I'm tired of it. Thank you.
I love it. I love a good read. I love a good read. So later, Tabatha takes them to the beach, and this is to basically have like a group intervention, and they go camping, which, whatever, that's a whole nother situation in itself. They basically have a group intervention where they try to tell Diane about herself in the most respectful way possible and just show her the error of her ways and how she's being detrimental to the success of Cinema Suites.
Tell Diane what you think needs to change to save this business.
Have to step up as a leader.
It's time for you to get on the computer and learn how to do stuff. It's time for you to answer the phone and take a reservation. It's time for you to join us and come to work.
And I think it goes over pretty well. Diane, you know, is like, I need to change. I can't keep living in the past. Like, I have to move forward. And, you know, I think this scene really humanizes Diane because we all have gone through this where we, you know, she got divorced. Her husband left her. and left her with nothing, and she had to build herself from the ground up. And it's hard and it's sad. You just want your old life back where you were once someone and now you feel like you're no one, and it's a lot to deal with. So I feel for her, like I really do feel for Diane. Tabatha shows them the new bed and breakfast rooms, and it's a lot nicer.
So this is now renamed the Hollywood room.
This is great! It is so cozy, too. For a small room, it looks like $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
What a difference.
And they're actually feeding people, which is a lot nicer. Like,
It's extremely clear to me that the guests deserve a great breakfast.
thank you for feeding people breakfast.
It was good that we were able to make it up to them.
How's it going, ladies?
Very good.
Do you have everything?
Yes, it's delicious.
Thank you.
That was our first frittata in the history of cinema suites.
There's little touches like that that make a big difference to make you feel like you're staying at a nice place.
They liked the breakfast buffet. They really did. It did feel good to have those girls say nice things.
So Diane is really good at socializing with other people. Like, she's a people person, and she's talking with the guests, getting to know them, and she comes to this like epiphany moment where she's like, these people are really interesting. Like, people are so different, and you never know what someone is going through unless you really sit down and talk to them. And she really liked that a lot, and you could see that genuine like happiness.
The guests are very interesting. When you really get into people's lives, everybody's got such stories. I've shifted my social life to accommodate the guests. Oh, yes, I know. Hi, Erica. Nice to see you.
Something inside of her just like finally got filled. Like, the void that she was trying to fill, she finally feels fulfilled, I think.
I feel better about myself, the guests, the house. It's swamped here, you know, applying myself to my business. Customer care is everything, really.
And it was really cute. Like, I love it. Like, I really am rooting for Diane. I know I called her a bitch, but she was. Now she's a bad bitch, and I'm so here for it. So the show ends with Tabatha like coming back in like 6 or 8 weeks. She came back just to see how things were going, and things are going really well. Diane is really there at the Cinema Suites bed and breakfast, just like really holding it down.
Hi, Tabatha.
I can't believe she's here! Excuse me, but you're on the computer.
Isn't that wonderful?
She's running shit, and she's like, this is my establishment, this is my bed and breakfast. I need to make sure it's successful. And you know, business is good now that they're more hospitable and not charging people for room service. And they're, you know, giving people breakfast.
Lovely fruit and vegetables.
Yes. Every morning I prepare breakfast for customer. I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
And Diane is talking to people, and they're a team, and she isn't afraid to get her hands dirty.
So Nicole is doing breakfast on the weekends and helping Diane make up the rooms.
I was like, yes, queen, as you should. Like, Diane, she really did that. Like, she really did that, and I love to see it. She was a socialite, just trying to relive those good old days. The good days are the hardest to let go, but at some point we gotta let them go and be open to life and all the possibilities. And I think when she did that, she was really happy, and it shows. So that was all for today's video. If you liked it, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you've watched Tabatha Takes Over or any of the other shows that were the golden age of television, definitely leave a comment below and like let me know what shows you've watched. Till next time, I guess. Ciao, baby.